getting our first NCAA bid and the selection Sunday at my house when we hadn't been in the tournament for 10 years, walking out to the practice in Kansas City at Kemper Arena was powerful because we hadn't been in the tournament for 10 years. I remember walking down the tunnel with Sean Carney, my assistant at the time, to our first round game against Xavier and hearing our victory march being played. And we kind of looked at each other, and we were still rookies and newbies here. Until we looked at each other and I kind of said, all right, that's pretty good. That's pretty powerful in the NCAA tournament. There's so many great Big East games. I love the battles of our league, and now I'm an elder statesman in our league. Certainly the 4 overtime game at Georgetown is one early in my tenure here that brings back great memories. And we've had many overtime games with Georgetown. I guess I'm really proud of the overall consistency of our program in league play. Our Sweet 16 run and getting to the Sweet 16 in my 3rd season. Those are moments. But, most of my memories come with relationships with the special kids that we've had in this program and watching them become young men. All those guys, things you did with them, things you talked about with them. And when they come back and say, Coach, remember when you talked to me about this? And it wasn't basketball, life, my family. That was really helpful. Those are the things that keep you going in this business. Certainly our Syracuse game last season is a very, very special moment in my tenure, but maybe one of the more special moments in the last 20, 25 years of our athletic department. And it still touches me, even this offseason when students and fans come up and go, hey, that Syracuse game, I remember charging out on the court. And but there's so many of them. Most of them revolve around the relationships with my guys. Troy Murphy allowed me to coach him. I was his 3rd coach in 3 years, and I'm always thankful for that. He was the guy that kind of led us back to the NCAA tournament. I have a special relationship with him, but he allowed me to coach him. He was the main guy on a team that got us back in the big dance.
David Graves.
Clutch performer. If it was a big shot, a big free throw, a big defensive play, a big rebound, David Graves is a crunch time performer. Ryan Humphrey helped me to be more confident as a head coach because as my captain in my 2nd year, he really spoke to the team and delivered my message. I needed him to do that. He bought into how we were going to play him. Remember, I didn't recruit him, but yet I was going to handle his career. And that he was a 1st-round draft pick, I think it worked out pretty good.
Matt Carroll.
Just the kind of guy you want your daughter to bring home and marry. Just the all-American boy, clutch shooter, big-time shooter, scorer, team guy, in with both feet, great captain. Chris Thomas, a flamboyant guy. I learned that you have to let the reins off a guy like that. Don't put too many holds on him. Don't put the rope on him. You got to let him play a little bit. And he was like a beautiful dancer. You just had to let him loose.
Chris Quinn.
The ultimate team guy, maybe the highest basketball IQ guy we've ever had here, and that's saying something because we get high basketball IQ guys. Still had to get him to be aggressive. I stay on him about being aggressive, but a special young man, and was also a great captain. Workman like Rob Kurz made himself a great college player and made himself a heck of a pro. Grinder, worker, defender, there every day. Business-like approach to his daily preparation, mature beyond his years. Russell Carter, flamboyant, unbelievable scorer, different moods on different days, but you had to handle that and channel that, but wanted to win and was such a believer in our program and to this day follows us closely.
Holland Falls.
That's another clutch guy, a la David Graves. Made big shots, great shooter, high basketball IQ. Really, along with Russell Carter, helped me run the team that year that got us back to the NCAA tournament at a time when we had missed 3 times in a row. Kyle McIlorney is a great story of a guy who made himself a Big East college player when he maybe should have been an Ivy League player, out of hard work. Fearless, maybe sometimes too intense. I had to calm him down, too hard on himself. But there's not been a better shooter in the history of our program. And that's saying a lot because we've had guys that can knock it down. You know, Ben, the energy coming off Ben, I learned to allow Ben's energy to light the building instead of burn it down. One of the most powerful personalities and leaders, maybe the most I've ever been around. And it translated into a very special season that his teammates also allowed him to energize them on a daily basis. Luke Carangodia, very, very special in my heart. You know, came in a time where we needed to get back to the NCAA tournament. He and Torrey Jackson came at a time where we didn't need to go to the NIT for a fourth year. And they, as freshmen, were key guys. But Luke, I've not seen a more natural scorer, maybe sometimes unorthodox, but one of those guys that just finds the basket. Intensity through the roof. It was another guy that he was too hard on himself, and you learn to get him to smile at times during games to take the pressure off.